Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ryan Westbrook. If you're over 60, this video might just change your nighttime routine and help you sleep better than you have in years. I see patients every single day who are struggling with sleep, and what's fascinating is that many of them are making the same mistakes every single night without even realizing it. The quality of your sleep after 60 is not an accident. It's the result of the choices you make throughout your day, and especially what you do in the hours before bedtime. I'm going to walk you through the biggest nighttime mistakes I see people making, and more importantly, I'm going to show you exactly what to do instead. Now, before I get into this, I want to say something important. As we age, our bodies change. Our sleep becomes lighter, more fragmented, and we wake up more easily. This is not a sign that something is wrong with you. This is absolutely normal aging. But that doesn't mean we have to accept poor sleep. We can work with our bodies instead of against them. Let me start with something that might surprise you. Mistake number 1. Eating large meals within 3 hours of bedtime. I cannot stress this enough. After 60, your digestive system is not the same as it was when you were younger. Your stomach produces less acid. Your gut moves food through more slowly. This is just physiology. When you eat a large meal close to bedtime, you're putting your digestive system in a position where it has to work overtime while you're trying to sleep. Here's what happens. You lie down, and gravity is no longer helping your digestive system move food through your stomach. The food sits there. Your stomach is now working hard to break down proteins and fats at a time when your body is supposed to be winding down. This creates several problems. First, you get acid reflux. The acids in your stomach can come back up into your esophagus, which is uncomfortable, and it can wake you up in the middle of the night. Second, this digestive activity actually elevates your body temperature. Your metabolism increases to digest food, and this makes it harder for your core temperature to drop, which is what needs to happen for deep sleep. Third, your stomach is in motion. These contractions and movements can cause discomfort, bloating, and that sense of your stomach being unsettled when you're trying to rest. What should you do instead? Eat your main meal at lunch or early dinner. If you eat dinner, make it between 5 and 7 p.m. and keep it light. I'm talking about a palm-sized portion of protein, some vegetables, and a small amount of healthy fat. If you get hungry later in the evening, a small snack is fine. I'm talking about a small handful of almonds, a piece of cheese, or some fruit. Something light that won't overwhelm your digestive system. Mistake number 2. Consuming caffeine after 2 p.m. I know many of you think you can handle caffeine. You tell yourself that your afternoon coffee doesn't really affect you. But here's the science behind why this is actually a bigger problem after 60 than it was when you were younger. Caffeine is a stimulant, and it works by blocking adenosine receptors in your brain. Adenosine is a chemical that builds up during the day and makes you feel sleepy. Caffeine prevents adenosine from doing its job. Now, when you're young, your liver metabolizes caffeine very efficiently. By the time you need to sleep at night, most of it is out of your system. But after 60, your liver doesn't work quite as fast. Medications you might be taking also slow down caffeine metabolism. What this means is that caffeine you drink at 3 p.m. might still be in your system at 9 p.m. when you're trying to fall asleep. Even worse, some research shows that caffeine can reduce slow-wave sleep, which is the deepest, most restorative sleep you get. If your sleep is fragmented by caffeine in your system, you're not getting the quality rest your brain and body desperately need. What should you do instead? Set a caffeine cutoff time of 2 p.m. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If you want coffee, drink it in the morning. If you want an afternoon beverage, try herbal tea, decaf coffee, or just plain water. Yes, water. I know that sounds boring, but hydration is important, and it doesn't interfere with sleep. Mistake number 3. Alcohol in the evening. This one surprises people because alcohol does make you drowsy. You might fall asleep faster if you have a drink before bed. But here's the problem, and it's significant. Alcohol disrupts your REM sleep, which is the sleep stage where your brain processes emotions, consolidates memories, and does important maintenance work. It might look like you're sleeping, but your brain is not getting the kind of sleep it needs. You might wake up feeling tired even though you were in bed for 8 hours. Additionally, alcohol is a diuretic. It makes you produce more urine. This is why people wake up at 3 a.m. to go to the bathroom. Then they have trouble falling back asleep. Their sleep is fragmented. They wake up the next morning feeling groggy and unrested. And here's something else about aging. Your body's ability to process alcohol decreases over time. Your liver becomes less efficient. Your body has less water content to dilute the alcohol. This means the effects are more pronounced and they last longer. If you enjoy a drink, have it with dinner, not an hour before bed. Or better yet, if sleep is a problem for you, consider not drinking in the evening at all. I know some people say red wine is good for your heart, and moderate alcohol can have some cardiovascular benefits. But not at the cost of your sleep. Sleep is fundamental to your health. Mistake number 4. Using your phone or tablet right before bed. This is probably the most common mistake I see. People are lying in bed, scrolling through their phone, checking emails, looking at social media. They do this right up until they turn off the light and try to sleep. The blue light from your phone screen suppresses melatonin production. Melatonin is the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. When you're exposing your eyes to blue light right before bed, you're essentially telling your brain it's still daytime. Your body doesn't start producing melatonin as it should. But it's not just the light. The mental stimulation is equally important. Your brain is designed to wind down gradually. When you're reading emails from work, checking the news, or getting caught up in social media drama, your mind is engaged. Your stress hormones might be elevated. You're not winding down. You're winding up. The solution is simple. No phones, tablets, or computers for at least 30 minutes before bed. Ideally, an hour is better. Use that time to do something that actually helps you relax. Read a physical book. Listen to gentle music. Have a conversation with your partner. Do some light stretching. These activities actually tell your brain that it's time to transition to sleep. Mistake number 5. Ignoring your body's natural rhythm. Your body has a circadian rhythm. This is an internal clock that tells your body when to be awake and when to sleep. After 60, this rhythm becomes even more important because your circadian rhythms can become a bit weaker. When you have an irregular sleep schedule, when you go to bed at 10 p.m. one night and midnight the next, when you sleep until 6 a.m. one day and 8 a.m. the next, you're fighting against your natural rhythm. Your body gets confused about what time it is and when it should be sleeping. The solution is straightforward. Go to bed at the same time every night. Wake up at the same time every morning, even on weekends. I know that sounds restrictive, but your sleep will improve dramatically. This consistency trains your body to start the sleep process at a predictable time. Mistake number 6. Exercising too close to bedtime. Exercise is wonderful for sleep. Physical activity during the day helps you sleep better at night. But the timing matters, especially after 60. When you exercise, your body temperature rises. You get a burst of adrenaline and other stimulating hormones. Your heart rate increases. Your mind is engaged. Exercise is a form of stimulation. If you do this within a few hours of bedtime, you're trying to sleep while your body is still in this activated state. Now, I'm not saying don't exercise. Please do exercise. Regular physical activity is one of the best things you can do for your health and your sleep. But do it earlier in the day. A morning walk, an afternoon workout. That's perfect. Avoid intense exercise within 3 to 4 hours of bedtime. Light activity is okay. A gentle walk after dinner is fine. Some light stretching or yoga is fine. But high-intensity exercise right before bed? That's working against your goal. Mistake number 7. Taking long naps during the day. If you're retired, I know the appeal of a nap. But here's what happens. If you take a long nap, a 90-minute nap or more during the day, you're basically sleeping a significant portion of your 24-hour sleep need during the daytime. Then when bedtime comes, you're not as tired. you lie in bed awake. Your brain isn't pushing you towards sleep because you've already met part of that sleep need. This is especially true if your nap includes deep sleep and REM sleep, which is what gives you that restorative feeling. The solution is simple. If you need a nap, keep it to 20 to 30 minutes maximum. This gives you a bit of rest without disrupting your nighttime sleep. If you're finding that you need long naps every day, that's actually a sign that your nighttime sleep isn't adequate, and you need to look at why that is. Mistake number 8. Drinking too much fluid in the evening. I mentioned that alcohol causes you to urinate more frequently, but any fluid you drink in the evening can be problematic. Your kidneys continue to work. If you drink a large glass of water at 8 p.m., your body needs to process that fluid. Chances are, you're waking up at 2 a.m. needing to go to the bathroom. This is particularly important for people over 60 because our kidney function becomes less efficient. Nocturia, which is waking up multiple times at night to urinate, is one of the most common sleep problems I see in older adults. What should you do? Front-load your hydration. Drink most of your water and fluids during the day and early evening. Taper down your fluid intake starting around dinner time. If you're thirsty, a small sip is fine, but you don't need to drink large amounts in the evening. Mistake number 9. Using your bed for things other than sleep. Your brain is powerful at creating associations. If you use your bed to watch television, work on your laptop, eat meals, or pay bills, your brain doesn't associate your bed with sleep. When you get into bed, your mind might drift to those other activities. The bedroom should be reserved for sleep and intimacy. That's it. This is called sleep hygiene, and it matters more after 60 when your sleep is naturally becoming more fragile. If you need to relax before bed, do it somewhere else. Sit in a comfortable chair in another room. Read on your couch. Then, when you're ready to sleep, move to your bedroom. Mistake number 10. Keeping your bedroom too warm. A cooler room helps you sleep. Your core body temperature needs to drop for sleep to happen. When your room is too warm, this becomes difficult. Your body has to work harder to cool itself down. What's the ideal temperature? Between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit is optimal for most people. I know that sounds cool, especially if you're from somewhere warm. But think of it this way. You want to be cool enough that you feel comfortable under your blankets. If your room is too warm, open a window if weather permits. Use a fan. Adjust your heating. This simple change can make an enormous difference in your sleep quality. Mistake number 11. Not having a wind-down routine. Your body needs a transition period between your daytime activities and sleep. After 60, this becomes even more important. Your nervous system needs time to shift from being alert to being calm. A wind-down routine doesn't need to be complicated. 30 minutes to an hour before bed, start doing relaxing things. Dim the lights in your home. Lower the temperature if possible. Maybe take a warm bath or shower. Do some gentle stretching. Listen to calm music. Practice deep breathing. This routine tells your nervous system that the day is ending and sleep is coming. Your body starts to produce melatonin. Your heart rate slows. Your mind becomes quieter. Mistake number 12. Ignoring underlying sleep disorders. Some of you might be doing everything right, and you're still sleeping poorly. You might have a sleep disorder like sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, or insomnia. These are medical conditions that require professional evaluation. If you're consistently waking up tired, if you're snoring heavily, if you have pauses in your breathing during sleep, if your legs feel restless at night, or if you lie awake for hours unable to fall asleep, please talk to a doctor. These issues are treatable. You don't have to suffer with poor sleep. Now, let's talk about what you should do instead. Beyond avoiding these mistakes, there are things you can actively do to improve your sleep. Let me give you a framework. First, establish a consistent sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Your body loves routine. Within a couple of weeks, you'll find yourself naturally getting sleepy at your designated bedtime. Second, create a bedroom environment that supports sleep. It should be cool, dark, and quiet. If outside noise is a problem, consider a white noise machine. If light is an issue, use blackout curtains. If you're sensitive to sounds, consider earplugs. Third, develop a wind-down routine. Start 30 minutes to an hour before bed. Lower the lights. Do activities that calm your nervous system. This could be reading, gentle yoga, meditation, or just sitting quietly. Fourth, get morning sunlight. Exposure to bright light in the morning helps regulate your circadian rhythm. Go outside for a walk. Sit by a window. This tells your body what time of day it is, and it helps establish a clear wake-sleep cycle. Fifth, get regular physical activity. Exercise during the day, ideally in the morning or afternoon. Physical activity helps you sleep deeper and longer at night. It doesn't have to be intense. A 30-minute walk most days of the week is great. Sixth, manage stress. Stress keeps your nervous system activated. It raises cortisol levels. Cortisol keeps you awake. Find ways to manage stress. That might be meditation, time in nature, talking with friends, creative hobbies, or breathing exercises. Seventh, if you're lying in bed and can't fall asleep after about 20 minutes, get up. Do something relaxing in another room until you feel sleepy, then return to bed. Don't force it. Lying in bed frustrated makes sleep harder. Eighth, consider your diet. Some foods are sleep-promoting. Foods rich in magnesium can help with sleep. These include pumpkin seeds, almonds, cashews, leafy greens, and whole grains. Avoid sugar and refined carbohydrates, especially in the evening, because the blood sugar spike and crash can interfere with sleep. Here's what you're going to do. Starting tonight, I want you to pick just 3 of these mistakes that apply to you. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick 3. Maybe it's your caffeine consumption, your evening food choices, and your phone use. Or maybe it's your room temperature, your irregular sleep schedule, and lack of a wind-down routine. Whatever 3 resonate with you, start there. Make changes to those 3 habits this week. Give yourself a week to adjust. Then, if you want, add another change next week. Sleep is not a luxury. It's a medical necessity. The research is crystal clear. Poor sleep increases your risk of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, cognitive decline, depression, and even a weakened immune system. Good sleep does the opposite. It protects you. It helps you live longer and live better. After 60, your sleep might look different than it did when you were younger. But that doesn't mean it has to be worse. It can be just as restorative and satisfying. You just need to work with your body instead of against it. I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me which of these mistakes you're going to tackle first. What's the biggest thing keeping you from sleeping well? Let me know. I read the comments, and your input helps me make better videos for all of you. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to the channel. I post health and wellness videos every week. This is information that can change your life, and I'm committed to sharing it with you. Thank you for watching. Sleep well tonight, and I'll see you in the next video.